What's going on? Yeah.
Let's do this.
How's everybody doing? You all right? This looks like a fun table.
It is.
Yeah?
Now that you're here.
Yeah, you damn Skippy.
All right, buddy.
Yeah.
What to expect from you this season?
The back half of this season is, for Butch, is all about, trying to convince Tabitha that Barbara is no good and that she doesn't respect anybody and doesn't care about anybody but herself. And that's, I think, a tougher road than he expected it to be, to convince her of that. He's also in this kind of weird, as happens in Gotham, this weird grouping of people where, you've got Enigma and Barbara and Tabitha and Butch finding themselves together and in this weird kind of way. So, as usual, Gotham, puts everybody in a pot and mixes it up and comes up with these great and fun kind of, teams, and all leading to, but look, like I said on the panel earlier, Butch is still lovelorn. He's head over heels for Tabitha, and as much of a badass as he's been over the last several years, he's kind of a softie when it comes to that. So it's going to be interesting to see where that leads to leading up to the finale.
Absolutely. After the whole Penguin fiasco, I think it's time for a change.
Absolutely.
Tell us about the evolution of Butch. He's come a long way from the beginning to where he is now. What's it like to play that evolution?
Started from the bottom. Now he's here.
Growth?
Yeah, look, Bruno told me from the very beginning when he cast me in the pilot, he's like, look, Butch has a life here. He doesn't look like it initially, but he's the kind of character that people are going to underestimate until it's too late, and he's going to find his way. And that's been true. I mean, it was true in season 1 to go from being just kind of the right hand man to then ultimately by that last episode of season 1 having as much to do with altering the face of Gotham as anybody, with the mind control and all that. So, and then season 2 kind of that weird relationship with Penguin that was so kind of funky but yet worked, and now with season 3 with kind of his love for Tabitha. So it's I love television as an actor because you have a long time to kind of work on an arc and see where it goes, and I'm constantly learning new stuff, and that's so fun to have a character that you can live with. I spent a long time before Gotham playing guest stars on a lot of different shows, which is fun, but you don't get that longevity. You don't get that opportunity very often to kind of stay with a character and see it through. And that's been, to me, the best part about this whole gig.
So, I know that you're a singer, and there was some mention of a musical episode, if that would have ever happened.
Yeah.
What do you think would be like Butch's solo song?
Oh man, Danny and I were talking about that. Like, what would Butch sing? And I think it would be some kind of throwback retro. I mean, the easy answer is to go like to some Dean Martin or Sinatra, But I think it might be a little bit more unique than that. Some kind of like retro doo-woppy song. I love the music. I love the music in this show, but I love the music they chose in season 1 where he has the scene with Saviano on the dock, and he's in the car, and there's a couple of songs that they choose. One that he's listening to when he pulls up, and then the last one at the end are just perfect, and so I don't know. I think there's a lot of options for Butch, and I would love. No one would love a musical episode more than me. And here's a secret. She's not gonna like that I'm telling you this.
No one would enjoy it more than you?
Okay, maybe Corey would enjoy it.
Let me tell you, the two of us can like slam out a duet karaoke.
What do you got? Give us something.
Garth Brooks know that. Garth Brooks know less. Wait for that. And it is true. We do a lot of singing, and I also had Jessica Lucas has a great voice. She doesn't want anybody to know that, but she has a great voice. She and I rocked out to Ain't No Mountain High Enough, the Marvin Gaye, Tammy Terrell. And I had a karaoke night one night, and it was on point. But she's too bashful, so she'll probably deny it next time you talk to her. But unfortunately, I don't think the musical works for our show. I think our show just doesn't lend itself to that. But I would love to see Butch get his. I mean, he's got Sirens right there. I mean, he's got the opportunity. But I don't know. I have to talk to Danny. If Danny comes around here, I think you guys need to pitch it to him.
All right.
Yeah.
Aside from singing, what's on your wish list?
You know, I would love to see. I would love to see a little bit more of Butch's backstory. Like, where did he come from? Who is this guy really? Because you get little tiny glimpses over the years, but you know what Danny told me early on, and I held on to that. I said it in the panel, was that Butch is a survivor. He's a kid that kind of grew up in the streets of Gotham, like learning all of its secrets, and so I want to know a little bit more about that. There's also this randomness of his nephew, Sonny Gilzine, that a lot of people have forgotten about, but he makes an appearance in episode 15. There's no they don't even mention his name, but I think that's kind of cool that he has a nephew, and so what what is that about? Like, where did Butch come from? And so maybe we'll find a little bit more about that in the end of the season.
You have a unique position where you are a character that's not in the comics. You get to kind of create who Butch is going to be, you guys, your entire team. Yeah. Would you care to see Butch showing up in the comics based on your portrayal?
Absolutely. Are you kidding? That would be like the ultimate pat on the back. And also, I have a 6-year-old, so to be able to say, hey, there's Daddy in the comics, or I still can't believe that no one's come up with a Butch doll. I mean, it's tailor-made. He's got the hand, he's got the scar, he's got the guns, he's got the suit. Like, how is there not a Butch doll? I do not understand this, and I need action to be taken. It is not okay, and we need a Butch doll now.
Maybe you should check out Etsy. I'm sure
somebody's probably created one. Well, I was at a convention in Chicago last week, and it's just a girl came, and I guess you can get a Funko. Is that what you call them?
Funko.
That's just nondescript, and then she created it and turned it into a Butch. So I appreciated that, but yeah, we got to get on this.
Is there a weapon that?
Yep.
Is there a weapon that Butch hasn't used yet that you would want to use?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Well, I will say in the finale, and actually the last couple episodes, he's got this killer machine gun. There was a picture that actually leaked on, I think the Daily Mail posted it, of Aaron and I kind of in action, with this. It's an AR-15, and that was a fun toy. But I'd like to see maybe some more some blades or something.
Yeah.
Of course, he's got his hand. He could always have attachments. So, Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.